Secretary of State. That's going to happen. Not a problem.
Right.
Yeah. So nothing to see here. These are not
move
the
on.
droids. Yeah.
Move on.
Not the droids you're looking for. No, that's fine.
Yep. That's exactly right.
I got a kick out of what was it? Robot Chicken when they were doing the whole Star Wars thing.
Everybody. We're going to send it on over.
Bring your daughter to work day.
Preview what's coming up.
So one of the stormtroopers brings his daughter to work, and when he goes, these are not the droids we're looking for. Move along, Daddy. Those were exactly the droids we were looking for.
And in honor of National Bike Week, we break down the best and worst protection for your noggin.
Very funny.
It was also really funny to watch Darth Vader being all evil, and he turns to this little girl, and hi there, little girl. Well, you see, I was just
your dog.
No, you can sound a little bit.
Trying not to do anything that would upset the kid.
Double Breeze Ruger.
Right.
Making an appearance.
How does?
I'll call you back in a minute.
Yep. Yes.
Right.
What is the name again? The first one?
Autumn Double Breeze Ruger is her official AKC name.
Okay.
And then I call her Princess Bear.
Makes sense.
It is a little shorter. It is a little easier to say, and it's a super cute name.
A very cute dog too, old Princess Bear.
She's
We're
a
going to be
sweetheart.
checking in.
Yeah,
with her.
you wanted to.
I feel a little soft calling her Princess Bear, but it is what it is. All right, let's check out the forecast.
It's pretty windy out there today, 15 to 25, gusting to 45. Less wind tomorrow, cooling down.
All right. Today's show's next year on News 4. For more local news and weather, we'll see you on Mornings on Fox 11. These are awesome, though. These are.
Yeah.
But these fit me well. I didn't even have to get them.
Well, that's what matters.
What are you laughing at? My pants?
No.
Are they bad?
Oh,
shoot.
Yeah, Bill, can we mic check you real quick?
Yeah, I thought they just did. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. They're Kenneth Coles.
Well, and Uber may not be able to operate here in the Silver State, but that hasn't stopped investors. Find out how much the ride-sharing company is said to be worth.
Give us a shot. Give us a shot to give Nevadans a choice. Just please let us have the opportunity to show you what we can do for Nevada.
Solar workers are asking for their voices to be heard. How a cap on solar installations could affect a lot of families here in our area.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
Good Tuesday morning, and thank you for joining us here on Mornings on Fox 11 at 7 o'clock. Got a lot ahead of us, including a very special guest.
Yes.
You've been waiting.
I'm not.
Weeks
You're just like
to bring your
she
dog.
brought her dog in. Yeah. Autumn is here. We're going to be talking about Jog with Your Dog, a great 5K event that is going on this weekend at Rancho San Rafael. It's a chance for you to get some exercise with your dog, and I'll be running with Brinkley because Autumn doesn't run, so Ron will be kind of hanging out with Autumn while we
and Ron doesn't run either.
Ron doesn't run either. So
blame it on the dog.
They'll be hanging out, having fun, and it's a great thing. There's also going to be a lot of swag if you register for your dog. So we're going to show you what you can get for your dog as well if you register them to run in the race.
Very cool event. Of course, you may notice too, we're all wearing turquoise, and that's for a good cause as well.
That's right. We've got this is all to raise awareness for lung cancer and prevention of. So if you haven't gotten dressed yet this morning, still planning, maybe you're in the closet listening to us and looking at that clothing like I do forever. I just look at it. My husband's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just trying to figure out what I'm supposed to wear." He's like, "Well, pick something already." But you got to look for a while. Choose turquoise. It'd be a good support today if you can.
Yeah. And you know, it really looks good on everyone.
Well, yeah, thank
turquoise
you.
is a great color.
Well, this is the only turquoise tie I have. Turquoise is kind of a tough color.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gosh, it's one of my favorites. I have so much of it. Yeah, and it's a great color to wear for today, so do it.
All righty. Well, this was a big story, I'll tell you what. This is getting a lot of people talking this morning, especially on the sports radio talk shows. NFL has suspended New England's star quarterback Tom Brady for 4 games without pay. The punishment comes in the wake of the Deflategate scandal, in which the team was found to have used deflated footballs for an advantage in the playoffs. Now, in addition to Brady's suspension, the New England Patriots must pay a $1 million fine. Brady will miss the first 4 regular season games of 2015. What do you guys think?
I don't know.
Too harsh, not harsh enough?
I think it's, here's the thing. If this was the very first thing that's come forward for the Patriots, I would say, maybe it's a bit much. But there's been some rumors about things before and whatnot.
Spygate. Who can forget Spygate?
Right. And so what I would say, too, is get whoever the next person up, how exciting for that guy to be like, I'm going to be able to take Tom Brady's spot for the first 4 games of the season. That's amazing.
You know how Tom Brady became a star?
Same thing. Somebody cheated ahead of him.
No, he didn't cheat. He got hurt. Talking about Drew Bledsoe, who was the star who took the Patriots to their Super Bowl against the Green Bay Packers. He got hurt. They bring in this Tom Brady kid, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
So who knows?
I don't think the punishment was harsh enough.
Really?
You have the best football team in the country, and yeah, he's suspended for 4 games, but I think he should have been suspended for a whole season. That's just me, though. So I don't know.
You know what bugs me? If
Our
he would have just said,
"Bite your tongue," because he's a big kid.
If he would have admitted to it, it was a freezing wet day. I get a better grip on the ball when I take a little of the air out of it. Sorry, I did it. I know it's against the rules. I thought it was like basically using stickum in the 80s. Not a huge offense.
Yeah.
It's not like I intentionally hurt someone or anything. I just deflated the balls a little bit.
But he went out there and was very
over and over again.
and he very clearly go, I don't know, no, and yes, he did.
The sad thing about this at the end of the day is going to be that one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game is always going to have this hanging over him.
That's right. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and switch gears, you guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's trending. Hey, Olive Garden lovers, listen to this. Olive Garden is famous for its unlimited breadsticks. Now, it's trying something new with them. You can order breadstick sandwiches from the lunch menu. There are 2 different choices here. There's chicken parm and meatball sandwiches. Olive Garden spokesperson says, hey, it's the same recipe, tastes exactly the same. The breadsticks are just a little bit whiter. Turning now to what's trending on Facebook. Former NFL player Aaron Hernandez is facing new charges over his alleged involvement in another shooting in Florida in 2013 and is unrelated to the death of Odin Lloyd in Boston. Now, Hernandez was convicted in that killing last month. Yesterday, he was indicted in Boston for allegedly shooting a man in the face and witness tampering as well. We'll keep you updated as we get more info on that story. Trending over on Twitter this morning, #Nepal. The U.S. Geological Survey says that a magnitude 7.3 earthquake hit Nepal today. According to the International Organization for Migration, 42 people have been killed. It comes less than 3 weeks after a quake devastated large areas of the small nation. Turning now to what is trending over on our Facebook page this morning. An Oregon woman claims that her family was removed from a United Airlines flight because their teenage daughter with autism was being disruptive. Donna Beagle says the incident occurred last week on a flight from Houston to Portland. She says the pilot made an emergency landing in Salt Lake City and forced them off the plane. Beagle says that her daughter did nothing wrong, but another passenger on the flight disagrees. She says the crew worked for an hour to try and keep calm this young girl, but says the teen was, in her words, quote, howling the whole flight.
She wasn't put off the plane because she had autism. She was put off the plane because she was maybe proposing some kind of a threat to quasi 170 other people at 36,000 feet, which, you know, doesn't make anybody feel safe.
United says the plane made an emergency landing for safety reasons. That's their thing, safety reasons. Beagle says she's considering a lawsuit against the airline. Asking all of you on Facebook, what do you think about it? Do you agree with United Airlines, I should say, in making this decision to make that emergency landing if they felt or some of their passengers felt threatened? Isn't that the reason then to do it? Or no, not so much. The family said that this young girl has autism. They are trying to deal with it, make her comfortable. She wasn't a threat to anyone. We'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. That is where the conversation continues. Sam?
All right, Melissa, thank you. Well, today at the Fox 11 news station, we're all wearing turquoise in support of a national movement. All right, Fox 11's. I can't believe he took me when I was making fun of you. Fox 11's John and Georgie has her turquoise on in the newsroom. Has more on why. Hi, Gianna.
All righty, Gianna, thank you. Still to come on Mornings on Fox 11's, there's more twists and turns in Governor Sandoval's proposed business license fee. Find out what unusual groups are stepping forward, giving the new plan their stamp of approval. And a bomb squad had to be called into downtown Reno yesterday near the Calneva. I'll tell you what they found.
Welcome back, everyone. After a no vote on Friday, the effort to get Uber approved in Nevada is back on, with the bill now headed to the state assembly for a vote. A revised version of the bill was passed by the Senate yesterday. Now, the bill would create regulations for transportation network companies that allow people to get a ride using a smartphone. All Democrats voted in favor of the bill except for Senator Mark Menendez. Now, the bill goes back to the assembly for a vote. No word yet on when that vote will happen. And just how much is Uber worth? How about $50 billion? Uber is reportedly raising more financing that would value the company at $50 billion. That would make the company worth more than such companies as FedEx, Capital One, even DirecTV. Experts say Uber is attracting so much buzz, investors want in. The company is also looking to branch beyond ride sharing. It's experimenting with a food delivery business and also a bike messenger service.
Well, the week is off to a good start for the governor's proposed business license fee. Carson City Sheriff Kenny Furlong was among 20 Nevada sheriffs, police chiefs, and prosecutors who are publicly supporting the push to fund education through the tax. Furlong and the others joined the national organization Fight Crime, Invest in Kids. The national movement is releasing a brief this week called I'm the Guy You Pay Later. Law enforcement professionals say there is a direct link between high-quality pre-kindergarten opportunities and reduced crime.
And we sit down with inmates and we talk about the causes of the circumstances why they're in custody. Too often, the immediate response is education.
The governor's proposal also received a waiver yesterday. That means it survives a key deadline set for this Friday. Senate Bill 252 will now live through the rest of the session. And Nevada senators are reviving a bill that would dump Nevada's caucus system and replace it with a primary to choose presidential nominees. The selection process would turn into a regular election among all voters. Republicans are backing the measure. Senators voted yesterday to amend the bill to allow Democrats the choice to keep their caucus. Caucus opponents say that the process gives an edge to otherwise marginal candidates whose supporters can take over the gatherings. The current system is believed to favor U.S. Senator Rand Paul.
Well, solar workers are voicing their concerns to lawmakers on the importance of raising the solar cap here in Nevada. As of now, the state is approaching an arbitrary cap on the amount of solar Nevadans can install on their rooftops. In other words, lobbyists say there's a limit on how many solar jobs Nevada can have. Solar workers across the state say if lawmakers don't raise the cap, they will struggle to support their families.
Give us a shot. Give us a shot to give Nevadans a choice. Just please let us have the opportunity to show you what we can do for Nevada, to build jobs, to have a diversified economy, to have a diversified workforce, to have something where the sunshine state, the sunniest state in the union, we might as well do something with all that sun.
Almost 70 solar workers attended yesterday's legislative session. We, of course, will continue to follow this bill, track it for you, and tell you what lawmakers ultimately decide. And in your crime news this morning, a Reno man is behind bars after police say he sexually assaulted a family member over the course of several years. And they are looking for the public's help in the investigation. Police arrested 39-year-old Marcos Montoya on several counts of sexual assault and lewdness with the child under the age of 14. Detectives arrested Montoya after being called to a home in South Reno on reports of a possible sexual assault to a girl younger than 14 years old. Reno police are asking anyone who may have been a victim of Montoya to come forward.
We want to get his picture out there. We want to get the details out there just in case someone was a victim of the defendant earlier and was afraid to come forward, and just to let them know that they can come forward now, either through secret witness or contacting our sex crime detectives.
You can contact Secret Witness at 322-4900 if you have any information.
Well, thankfully, life is returning to normal in downtown Reno this morning after a suspicious backpack brought the bomb squad out. This all happened yesterday near the Cal Neva. Center Street and 2nd Street were both closed in the area while police investigated. Now, inside the backpack, police say was copper wiring. They don't know who owns the backpack, and thankfully, no one was hurt.
Well, coming up, the snow is gone, and it is time to turn up the heat. How you can enjoy summer at North Star California Resort. We're going to take you there.
All right, and we do have wind out there for the day today. A lake wind advisory in place for both Pyramid and Tahoe, 15 to 25 mile per hour winds, gusting to 45 and wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. We're going to talk about the wind and your shower chances in your forecast coming up. And the news doesn't stop when you leave the house. Fox 11 has you covered. Download the new and improved free Fox 11 AM app for your smartphone and tablet. It is available on Apple and Android devices. Just search Fox 11 AM. We're back with your forecast after this. Good morning and welcome back to Mornings on Fox 11. We've got a windy day out ahead of us today. Already winds picking up across some parts of the area, and those winds are going to continue to strengthen into the afternoon. Later on today, about 15 to 25, gusting to 45 out of the southwest. That could cause some areas of dust to blow around out there, some reduced visibility possible in a few areas. Otherwise, sun and clouds for the day. Most of us stay dry, but I'll show you on the maps there are 2 spots that have a chance for showers today. 55 in town right now, 18 mile per hour winds out of the south at the airport in Reno, 31% humidity and partly to mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures now in the 40s and 50s across the area, so a relatively mild start out there. Not going to be a terribly warm day, though. We are talking about highs mainly in the 60s and 70s for some of the lower elevations, a little bit below average for this time of year. We are looking at clouds and sun, and check out how quickly these clouds and the showers are moving from southwest to northeast. Good indicator of how much energy there is out there and how much wind there is out there, especially right above our heads. And by the afternoon, some of that is going to mix down to the surface, and that means a windy day for us for the day today. Low pressure not too far away. Shower chances today are in eastern Nevada, northeastern corner of the state, as well as the northwestern corner of the state. Most of us are going to stay dry, and this low pressure center kind of hangs out to our west for a couple of days here, eventually bringing us shower chances by about Thursday. But for now, we're just dealing with the wind thanks to that low pressure center. 72 in Elko, 72 the high in Eureka. We are looking for winds gusting over there to about 35 miles per hour, and western Nevada gusting to 45 miles per hour today. Highs are in the 60s and 70s, and the lower elevations only in the 50s, though, around Lake Tahoe. And Sierra Ridge gusts could get as high as 70 miles per hour today. That's a windy day, folks, across the area. Where most of us live, though, we're looking at 45 mile per hour gusts, so that's certainly not quite as windy as the ridge tops of the Sierra, but a windy day nonetheless. And 66 degrees, the high in Reno Sparks today. Again, most of us stay dry today. We are looking for sun and clouds. The shower chances return later on this week. Until we get there, though, windy today, breezy for tomorrow, and those shower chances come back around Thursday at 40%, 30% by the weekend. Could include some lightning, too. We'll keep an eye on it. Mornings on Fox 11. We'll be right back.
All night long, baby, slow down the song.
But I think that I love the other activity. I wish we could maybe put it up a little bit further, but
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
now they want you to sing Do
Yeah.
Re Mi Fa So. No, just kidding. Can you sing?
You're making my face all red. I need
a
to chill out.
song from Les Mis, please. Welcome back, everybody. If you thought the North Star California Resort was just for skiing, what were you thinking? The Mountain Resort is kicking off summer with some exciting openings. Joining me now to talk a little bit about it is Cassandra Walker from North Star to give us all the details. A lot of people go to Tahoe and think, oh, it's the lake, it's the lake, it's the restaurant, it's the lake. It is so much more. You guys are opening this up and starting off with golf. This is a big one for people. Tell us what you guys have up there.
So this Friday, we are ready to open up for the golf season.
Yeah.
Winter was really good to our course. I check it out every morning on my drive into the village, and it is looking beautiful.
Yeah.
We've got the front nine. It's a little bit more generous with some open fairways, a meadow, and then in the back is a little bit more challenging. It's more true to your mountain golf with the Martis Creek running through it. So
Beautiful.
definitely some challenge there.
Going to be some gorgeous views when you're out there on the golf course. And also bikes. A lot of people head out there to go do the bike courses. What do you guys have for people?
Yeah, so the bike park is intense. It's crazy. You see people jumping off of these features and going down these rock gardens, and it's really incredible. If you're like me, you can take a Bike 101 lesson.
That's me.
Learn, how your bike works, what you should be doing, your technique, and they keep it really safe. The coaches are amazing. They'll take you on some lighter trails and really get your bearings and start a new
Nice.
adventure.
But if you're a little bit more advanced, because a lot of people who go up to Tahoe are.
Oh, if you're advanced, hit that bike park. I
Yeah.
mean, we've got GoPro features set up so people can record themselves. It's
So
really
awesome.
exciting. It's fun to watch too. You can do a lift and lunch package and hike around the mountain, check out the guys jumping off of the bikes. There's little kids covered head to toe in dirt with giant
that.
smiles on their faces.
Just be a spectator if you'd like.
Yes, that's
And
my favorite.
And for anybody who's maybe not into bikes or golf, there's other activities as well.
Yep. So we're really family oriented at North Star, and we've got our summer fun pass for this season, which is really exciting. Just $49, and it is all inclusive. All of our village activities. We've got roller skating, gem panning, strider bikes. There's a rock wall, a climbing web, just all kinds of fun stuff, and you can just do it all day long.
Yeah. And is there a certain amount for the pass to go out there and do all that?
Yep, that's just $49, and you can get it right in the season pass office and be on your way.
Yeah, and enjoy it. The great thing too, again, like a lot of people come up to Tahoe and think it's just about the lake, it's just about boating, but get up that mountain, especially with, unfortunately we haven't had the snow, but it is lent to have some great opportunity for people to go out there and enjoy the mountain.
Yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful.
And everything that has to offer. Starting up this Friday.
Golf.
Yes,
Next Friday.
or next Friday. Okay.
Next Friday is bike. This Friday is golf.
Okay.
And
and
we're gonna
enjoy.
roll on through.
Yeah, Cassandra, thank you so much for being with us. A lot of great options up there. Appreciate it. And you can find out more information, of course, on our website as well. Stay with us, everybody. Mornings on Fox 11. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm Melissa Carlson. Your time now, 7:28. We're joining you live from Mornings on Fox 11 with your News 4 update. Well, Tesla is now hiring for the Gigafactory being built just east of Reno. The company has posted 30 job openings for the $5 billion lithium-ion battery plant. Openings range from technical positions, I should say, such as engineers and technicians, to work involving supply chain development and facility management. According to the Reno Gazette-Journal, the company employees for the Gigafactory earlier this year. A lot of people excited about the opportunity there. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us now with a look at our forecast. Hi, Tim.
Good morning to you. We have sun and clouds out there for the day today. Any shower chances are going to be limited to northeastern corner of the state and the northwestern corner of the state. Most of us are staying dry. Pretty windy out there, though. 18 miles per hour in Reno right now, 14 in Truckee, 18 in Minden and Gardnerville. And those winds are gusting pretty high out there. 22 instead so far, 18 in Truckee. They're going to get stronger through the day. So we are looking for 15 to 25 mile per hour winds gusting to 45 miles per hour later today. We're in the 50s out there for most of the lower elevations, the 40s in the upper. It is windy this afternoon, a little bit less windy tomorrow. Then shower chances pick up later this week, including the chance for some thunderstorms. If you're watching us on News 4, we're going to send you back to the Today Show now. If you want more local news and weather, head on over to Mornings on Fox 11. We'll see you there.
Communities in Texas are spending the morning picking up the pieces after tornadoes ripped through the area. How they plan to rebuild. Plus,
really, I've had it with the league, the way it operates.
The punishment for Deflategate is in, and it looks like Tom Brady is out, at least for a little bit. Why fans are saying the league got it all wrong.
And tragedy hits Nepal yet again as another earthquake shakes the already broken country. We're going to have an update on the damage and death toll this morning.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
And hey, good Tuesday morning, 7:32 on your Tuesday. You may notice we are all wearing turquoise today. No, it was not an accident, although that has happened
quite often.
A couple of times. We're wearing it to raise awareness, of course, for lung cancer, which surprisingly is the #1 cancer killer of women, beating out breast cancer.
That's right. They say every 5 minutes, a woman in the U.S. is told that she has lung cancer. And on average, less than half of all women diagnosed are alive 1 year after the diagnosis. That's some pretty startling numbers when you think about it. So everyone's being asked to wear turquoise today. Show your support for the fight against lung cancer.
All righty. We're going to be sporting our turquoise here at News 4 and Fox 11 throughout the day today. So our evening anchors will be wearing the same. All righty, we have some tragedy to tell you about once again in world news this morning. At least 42 people are dead after another major earthquake slammed Nepal today. You can now see the moment when the latest earthquake hit the country. This is a session of Nepal's parliament, and as you can see, the room started shaking. People quickly ran out of the chamber, and the power went off. This earthquake comes less than 3 weeks after the magnitude 7.8 earthquake hit on April 25th that killed more than 8,000 people. The epicenter of the new earthquake was about 50 miles east of Kathmandu, the Nepali capital, where many buildings are now in ruin.
The Swedish Supreme Court denied WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange's latest appeal to dismiss an arrest warrant for allegations of sexual assault. Assange is in London's Ecuadorian embassy and has been there for more than 2 years to avoid extradition to Sweden. Prosecutors in Sweden want to question him about 2010 allegations that he raped one woman and sexually molested another. Assange has said he fears going to Sweden because Swedish officials could then extradite him to the U.S. If in the U.S., he could face the death penalty if he's charged and convicted of publishing government secrets through WikiLeaks. And topping your national news on this Tuesday morning, 3 people were injured in a shooting near the University of California, Santa Barbara campus last night. Police say they believe it's a domestic dispute sparked the shooting in Isla Vista. They say one of the people shot is also a suspect. The university's text system was used to warn students of the situation. Victims were taken to a hospital in Santa Barbara. The incident jangled nerves in a community preparing for the somber one-year anniversary of the killing of 6 UCSB students on May 23rd of last year. And people in a tornado-weary Texas city will start sifting through debris this morning as they begin to rebuild what the storm left behind. Ryan Nobles explains the city of Van is ready for recovery.
The work has been nonstop here in East Texas after a deadly EF3 tornado whipped through this small town, leaving behind an extensive trail of damage. And it will be some time before this town is back to normal. A dramatic glimpse of the moments before a deadly tornado. I gotta get inside! Sirens blared, giving people in Van, Texas mere minutes to take shelter. Daylight revealed the destruction. This is what it looks like after an EF3 tornado strikes. Houses and everything in its path shredded to pieces.
It was loud, man. It's just real loud. The only thing I can think of is it just sound like a jet engine right above your head. And you couldn't open your eyes because there's so much dust and stuff flying around.
Top wind speeds reached 135 and 150 miles per hour.
You heard glass shatter, and then the door just disappeared.
But while the tornado took much of this Texas city, people are ready to rebuild.
The outpour, the support that comes from this county, from our neighboring counties, and the support we've gotten from across the state has been tremendous.
The storms were part of a broader weekend weather system sweeping through much of the middle part of the country. More than 70 tornadoes were spotted. And at one point, there were as many as 10 people missing in Van, Texas. But late last night, authorities found those final 3 people, leaving the final death toll here at 2. That's the latest from East Texas. I'm Ryan Nobles reporting.
Ryan, thank you. Well, it's official. The Barack Obama Presidential Library and Museum will be built on the south side of Chicago. The Obama Foundation revealed the move this morning. Now, an exact location was not yet announced. In a YouTube video, President Obama says through the library, they can attract the world to Chicago. First Lady Michelle Obama says she's thrilled to put this resource in the heart of the neighborhood. That means the world to her. And Secretary of State John Kerry has arrived in Sochi, Russia. He's there for a meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. It's Kerry's first visit to Russia in 2 years and comes at a time of severely strained relations between the two powers. A senior State Department official says a full range of bilateral and regional issues are on the table. They include Iran, Syria, and also the threat from ISIS, Yemen, Libya, and Ukraine. Relations between the U.S. and Russia have deteriorated in large part because of the ongoing conflict in the Ukraine.
Now to the latest on Deflategate. Like the team itself, many New England Patriots fans are standing by their quarterback. The NFL suspended superstar Tom Brady for the first 4 regular games of the 2015 regular season. The punishment comes in the wake of the Deflategate scandal, in which the team was found to have used deflated footballs for an advantage in the playoffs. According to reports, Brady's agent plans to appeal the suspension, and some Patriots fans say the league got it wrong.
Everything went down with Ray Rice and all the things earlier in the year. Really, I've had it with the league, the way it operates. And this is just a joke. It's an embarrassment, really.
You may remember the NFL initially gave Rice a 2-game suspension for knocking out his then-fiancée on an elevator. He was later suspended indefinitely after video of the incident emerged. Again, Tom Brady expected to appeal his 4-game punishment. The Patriots must also pay a $1 million fine and forfeit first and fourth round draft picks next year. Melissa?
Well, details are up in the air after an Oregon woman claims that her family was moved from a flight because their teenage daughter. We're going to explain coming up. Plus, no matter how old you are, you always need one, a bike helmet. So what you need to know before you go and buy one. Stay with us.
Stay the night doesn't mean without why you're gonna stay the night. Not
Morning, Ben. Can you hear me?
Yep, hear you just fine.
Very good, yeah. Just reading up on the two news then. Yeah. First time I got so, what's the word, upset about this United thing. I actually wrote a comment on United Facebook. This is just outrageous.
I'm going to send Melissa an interesting little story because they're going to do something on bike helmets. There's neurosurgeon. Yeah, there's a neurosurgeon in Europe that did a study and found out that the way the bike helmets are currently constructed, when he does surgery on someone who's been in a bicycle wreck, it doesn't matter if they're wearing a helmet or not. Which we have to rethink how we build those helmets. Because the styrofoam is hard, and so the impact is the same whether there's a helmet there or not. He's seen the same injuries.
Yeah. So this way, the skull doesn't crack, but the inwards, the brain, got Got the catch.
Welcome back, everybody. Here's a live look outside Aces Ballpark. Beautiful shot this morning. Not too bad, too. We got double nickels going on here. 55 degrees in right now. Not too bad. Taking a look now at what is trending over on our Facebook page this morning. An Oregon woman claims that her family was removed from a United Airlines flight because their teenage daughter with autism was being disruptive. Well, Donna Beagle says that the incident occurred last week on a flight from Houston to Portland. She says the pilot made an emergency landing in Salt Lake City and forced them off the plane. Beagle says that her daughter did nothing wrong, but another passenger on the flight disagrees, saying that she saw the crew working hard for an hour to try to calm the girl down, but says the team was, in her words, howling the whole flight. United says that the plane made an emergency landing because of safety reasons. Beagle says she is considering a lawsuit against the airline, and we're asking our Google Plusers, what do you think about it? Do you agree with United Airlines' decision to make an emergency landing and force the family off of the plane, especially in regards to other people saying that it was disruptive? Where do we draw that line? Starting off first with Kenton. Kenton, what do you think if other passengers say, hey, they felt uncomfortable about all of this? What do you think? Should he have brought the plane down for an emergency landing? Good decision?
Yeah, I just heard this last bit about the other passengers complaining, and this is very disruptive too. The way I see it is it a really major safety concern? Babies cry like crazy in flights too, right? Sometimes, and if this is not physical, not this girl hitting other passenger and whatnot, I say let the whole flight go through. I mean. And what reading the mom's description, she's asking for hot food to calm her down. If the flight attendants had helped and give her some soda, some hot food and whatnot, it could have like escalate this incident down to nothing. United should have done a lot better. In fact, I have complained for the first time to United on this after reading the news, watching this incident here.
Some compassion too, especially if the mom is saying, listen, she has autism. Some things can bother her. I'm trying to get her to calm down. I'm trying my best, but it wasn't working. But other people were saying we felt, in danger. This was disruptive. Asking Glenn, what do you think about it? Do you think that they made the right decision to make this emergency landing, to kick this family off of the plane for everyone else who they say felt uncomfortable?
Well, ultimately, I'm going to have to trust the flight crew. If the situation is out of control for them and they want us to make sure that the plane is safe, then they'll do whatever they think is necessary. So I'll trust them in that situation. We weren't there. We didn't see it. I do, however, last I heard what the mother was suing for, agree with the mother on this. She doesn't seem to be suing for money. She's suing to have the crew retrained and how to handle situations like this. Now, that's a worthy lawsuit.
I like that. It's a little bit more training. And true, these individuals are trained, so they know the scope of what they feel comfortable with. And ultimately, it's up to them to make the crew or make the passengers feel comfortable as well. Tough situation. Tony, what do we have on Facebook?
Robin writes in and she says, when you travel with anyone who's disabled, you need to make arrangements with the airline, especially for food or emotional issues prior to the flight.
Well, we'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. That is where the conversation continues. Sam?
All right, Melissa, thank you. Well, so Sam, how would you like to drive from coast to coast without using a single drop of gasoline? Well, now you can. We'll tell you how. But first, it's time to get artsy. Amanda Horn from the Nevada Museum of Art joins us next. We'll be right back.
Baby, there's no other superstar, you know that I'll be.
All right. Next segment. See you guys.
Hey, Glenn, it's Caleb. Hey, I have.
Yeah, just plugging along. Busy. Yeah, it's been kind of crazy.
And props to our audio operator getting in the best American songwriter of all time, Bruce Springsteen, in there on a Tuesday morning, 7:48. Traffic is smooth, 55 degrees, at least it is there. Amanda Horn from the Nevada Museum of Art. You say you ran into a couple of accidents.
I did.
Unfortunately, glad you made it here okay.
Thank you. Me too.
We've got a lot going on. Speaking of travel, I know we're going to be talking about this in a second. First, though, I wanted to talk about people who want to learn about the meanings and the themes behind the exhibits. There's a chance for them to do that, get some special training, so to speak.
That's right. So we do docent guided tours at the museum. We've talked a little bit about that before on here, but that's Thursday nights at 6 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays at 1 p.m. You can show up to the museum and get a docent guided tour. And these docents,
instead of just wandering
right,
around.
Exactly. They'll
Yeah.
take you through the feature exhibition and really talk about the individual pieces of art. Bill, these docents are an invaluable part of our
Sure.
offerings at the Nevada Museum of Art, and they're all volunteers.
That's amazing.
And they go through a lot of training, and you know, it's a really fun opportunity for if there might be retired school teachers out there or stay-at-home moms who want to engage in the community a little bit more. We're actually looking for some new good docents and to do new docent training this summer, June through September. So I would love to encourage anybody out there watching who might be interested in taking this on to call us over at the Nevada Museum of Art and talk to Jackie Dawson and ask her about becoming a docent.
Yeah, that's a win-win situation for sure.
Absolutely.
All righty, now I was talking about traveling.
Yes.
People start to get the travel itch this time of year. We got Memorial Day right around the
Oh,
corner.
I know.
And you've got some stuff that goes hand in hand with that over at the museum.
We do. This Saturday night is our Folk in the Lore series, which is a live storytelling event. But the theme for this Saturday is Wanderlust. Yes, so it's all about traveling on the road. And Bill, shameless self-promotion, I'm actually going to be one of the storytellers.
What's your
So-
story that you're talking about?
Well, I did spend some time traveling around the country in a
Yeah.
circus sideshow, so
Just your old regular circus sideshow,
yeah,
nothing
no
big.
big deal. So I'm going to be talking about that and telling a bit of that story. And then there'll be some other folks in the mix too. So it's a really fun way to get in the mood for
Yeah.
spring just ahead of Memorial Day.
Fascinating stuff. Also spring, we like to get out in nature. You've got a movie that is stirring up some buzz, if you will.
Yep, that's right. It's called More Than Honey. And this is a documentary that really talks about the disappearing bee phenomenon. And it's kind of a serious issue.
It is.
Yeah, it really is. I think it's Einstein who said once that if bees go away, so do we.
Yeah, we're
And
in
so
trouble.
this really delves into some of the reasons and theories behind why in some places 50 to 70% of the bee populations have disappeared. And
Yeah.
that's Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock.
And it's been over the past decade or so
Yeah.
that it's really gotten bad.
Exactly. So
All
it
right.
is definitely more than honey. You know, we depend on bees. They're a very integral part of our ecosystem.
Okay, a ton of stuff going over at the
Yeah.
museum. Amanda, thank you so much for coming in. As always, go check it out. And if you have any questions, of course, the place to contact, Nevada Museum of Art. Website?
NevadaArt.org.
All right, we love it. Thank you, Amanda. Well, speaking of art, a Picasso painting is making history at auction. Coming up, we're going to tell you how much this canvas sold for. Also still to come, Melissa's giving you the scoop on how to sell your unwanted stuff. Get a behind-the-scenes look at how it all works. She doesn't want that. Her husband might. We'll be back.
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings on Fox 11. A windy day for us today. Winds between 15 and 25, gusting to 45 at times out of the southwest. Otherwise, though, sun and clouds, not too bad out there as far as temperatures are concerned. A little bit below average for this time of year, but that wind is certainly going to be noticeable. Areas of dust, too. We could see some dust blowing around with those winds. 55 in town. We are looking at partly cloudy skies. 18-mile-per-hour winds, I should say, out of the south, and 31% humidity. Your temperatures now 54 in Carson City, 46 in South Lake, 55 in Yerington, and 54 in Silver Springs. A lot of cloud cover mixing in with the sunshine right now. Some showers over in Northern California. Most shower chances are going to be in eastern, northeastern corner of the state, and also the western, the northwestern corner of Nevada. The rest of us are looking mainly dry. We do have a low pressure system off to our north and west, and that's bringing about the winds today out of the southwest. Again, 15 to 25, gusting to 45 at times, so we will be seeing a windy day today. That low pressure kind of hangs out over the Pacific and comes toward us as we go over the next couple of days. So rain chances pick up by about Thursday, but the winds will continue between now and tomorrow. Let's up a little bit tomorrow as compared to today. We're looking for 15 to 25, gusting to 35 for northeastern Nevada today. 20% chance for showers there. Most of the rest of us are looking dry, with sun and clouds in the forecast. Highs are in the 60s and 70s for the lower elevations, and again, it is a windy one. Big temperature differences when you climb with height today. Only 40 degrees at 8,000 feet for the high today, but 60s and 70s in the lower elevations and 50s around Lake Tahoe. So a bigger than normal temperature difference when you climb with height today up to the upper elevations. About 15 to 25, gusting to 45 for the wind speeds today. Highs are in the 60s and 70s, and in the Truckee Meadows, about 66, the high in Reno Sparks. Your 7-day forecast. Shower chances come back later on this week. There are thunder and lightning chances as well, so we'll be watching for that. Windy today. The winds do let up a little bit tomorrow, but it is still breezy, and temperatures will be cooling off quite a bit, especially by Thursday and Friday. Mornings on Fox 11. We'll be right back.
And welcome back. I'm Melissa Carlson. Your time now is 7:58. We're joining you live from Mornings on Fox 11 with your News 4 update. Well, happening now, the United Federal Credit Union branches in Nevada are collecting diapers this month for the Women and Children Center of the Sierra. Donations are being accepted at the credit union's 5 locations across Reno and Sparks. And they're asking for all sizes of disposable diapers. You can drop off the donations weekdays between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. It's going until May 22nd. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us now with a look at our Tuesday forecast. Hi, Tim.
Good morning to you. We have sun and clouds out there. Just a slight shower chance for the northeastern corner of the state, the northwestern corner of the state. The rest of us are mostly going to stay dry today, but there's a storm system not too far away. It's over Oregon, and it is providing enough energy for some wind in the atmosphere today. That wind eventually reaching the surface as we go through the day today. Already 21 miles per hour in Minden and Gardnerville, 18 miles per hour in Reno, 23 miles per hour instead. Those are the sustained wind speeds. We also have gusts up to 32 in Minden and Gardnerville, 28 instead, 25 in Reno, and 20 miles per hour for the gusts in South Lake Tahoe. Temperatures right now, the 40s and the 50s, depending on your elevation, even 60 degrees being read at Minden and Gardnerville. Windy this afternoon, although dry, breezy for tomorrow. Then shower chances return with much cooler temperatures by Thursday and into the weekend. News 4 will head over to the 8 o'clock hour of the Today Show. Mornings on Fox 11 continues with local news and weather after the break.
A single painting has taken art buying to a whole new level. The shocking numbers of the price tag.
Plus, helmets have always been a smart idea while taking part in many sports, but are you sure your helmet is keeping you safe enough? I'll tell you about some guidelines you should certainly be aware of. All these stories and more straight ahead for you on your Tuesday, May 12th, 2015.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
Good morning and thank you for joining us here on Mornings on Fox 11, 8 o'clock. And for any of you who are maybe looking for a job out there, well, finally, we're starting to see some of the jobs come in for Tesla, which is nice.
Yeah. I forgot the exact number. We'll have it a little later on in the show, but they've already hired some people actually in a bunch of different, you have your technical scientist, engineer guys, and then they've also hired some people as well from other parts of other departments. So we're certainly excited to see thousands of jobs coming our way with Tesla when this thing is all said and done.
That's right. It's good. And I know you're searching every day for the PR location. Get off the computer, right? Get off. You're staying right here with us, buddy.
Of course I am. Not moving.
But you know, it's interesting because, you know, we go and do a lot of school visits, and a lot of elementary school kids are excited about Tesla. I don't know if they hear their parents talking about it, but it's like, what do you want to do? And they're like, I want to work for Tesla. I've had that a couple of times when I've gone to elementary school. So it's just cool to see young kids, you know, as young as 2nd, 3rd grade, excited about the new job opportunities.
You know what Tesla did? They made electric cars cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hip. Of course, they charge a lot of money for them, but.
And revolutionizing, too, the way we do things with batteries as well. So it
you
should be
betcha.
interesting.
Well, speaking of Tesla, imagine driving across the country in just a little over 2 days without burning a single drop of gasoline. Yeah, it happened. A trio of drivers recently made the trip, breaking a world record at the same time. They were traveling in a Tesla, and they drove from LA to New York in 58 hours and 55 minutes. They drove non-stop, only stopping to charge the car, which takes about 20 minutes. Tesla now has a supercharging network that spans from coast to coast. Of course, we have some in our area as well, but that is the neat stuff. They stopped in a barber shop or a cafe there, and imagine some of those old guys, you did what? All the way coast to coast, an electric car with a battery?
You know, what's crazy is it takes 20 minutes to charge, too,
Yeah,
which
that's
I think
it.
is just fascinating. Well, here's an announcement that was made earlier this morning. Verizon is buying AOL. Do you guys still, my mom still has an AOL email address. You've got mail for about $4.4 billion, advancing the telecom's push in mobile and advertising fields. AOL owns the Huffington Post, TechCrunch, Engadget, Makers, and AOL.com. The acquisition gives Verizon an entryway into the increasingly competitive online video space.
A lot of combinations happening here, which is, you know, causing like the powerhouses to come in and sweep through and what are going to take next, and combining all of those things. Before it was all very like tech, TV, media, radio. Now everything's kind of coming together.
It'll be interesting to see what AT&T does in response to this, what they try and buy.
AOL.com, they were one of the first, right? That was your first email address, I imagine, right?
Well,
mine was Hotmail. Is that crazy?
I had Juno.
Wasn't AOL
actually.
before?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if AOL was before Hotmail. I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was.
But the little...
You're the oldest one here, don't you know?
Yeah.
The You've Got Mail thing. Welcome. You've Got Mail.
Yeah, that was
pretty
AOL.
exciting. It was.
I know. I lived it.
I was there. I lived it. All right, guys, go ahead and take a look at what's trending. Trending over on Yahoo this morning. The canvas painting translate to the women of Algiers. I think that's how it said. Skyrocket art sales to an entirely new level. That's because no other piece of art has ever raked in so much money in an auction. The Picasso painting is considered a contemporary masterpiece. Its final price tag beat expectations by about $40 million, selling for $180 million. I need to meet that person. Trending over on Facebook this morning, Starbucks is going to begin offering its famous Frappuccino in a mini form. The 10-ounce drink is the smallest size the company has ever offered. The next smallest is 12 ounces, and Starbucks says that the mini frap is in stores now, but, quote, not for long. Trending over on Twitter this morning, hashtag Kristen Cavallari. The former reality star is expecting once again. The 28-year-old announced that her third pregnancy is on the way by posting the photo on an app saying, big news. An NFL star, Jay Cutler, already have 2 boys. Congratulations. Now to what's trending on our Facebook page. 4 Ohio school students could face up to 6 months in prison for a senior prank that authorities say went way too far. Officials say that the 4 teens deflated the tires of 24 school buses used by the Northwestern Local School District in Springfield. They did so by removing the valve stems, forcing the school district to cancel all classes for the day. And according to WHIO News, the 4 students have been charged with felony vandalism and disruptive public service. Well, officials estimate it's going to cost taxpayers thousands of dollars to replace the tires. So we're asking all of you on Facebook, does the prank deserve jail time? Students go too far? Maybe they didn't realize the repercussions, or no, this is fitting. You did damage to hundreds of thousands of dollars, potentially worth of damage, and taxpayer money is going to have to go into fixing this just because you wanted to have fun. Well, Leslie writes it on Facebook, and she says, lighten up. It was a well-coordinated prank. They didn't slash the tires. They just deflated them. We'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. That is where the conversation continues. Guys?
All right, Melissa, thank you. Well, today at the Fox 11 news station, we're turning turquoise in support of a national movement. You may have noticed we're all in turquoise this morning. Fox 11's Gianna Georgie has her turquoise on in the newsroom and explains why we're all wearing it. Hey, Gianna.
All right, Gianna, thank you so much for that. Still to come, we're going to take a look at some of the best deals around town in Boatman's Bargains. Coming up, stay with us. Mornings on Fox 11. We'll be right back.
And when we come back, we're going to have your forecast. There's a lake wind advisory right now for Pyramid and Tahoe, 15 to 25 mile per hour winds, gusting to 45 at times today, and wave heights 2 to 4 feet. We're going to have your wind forecast, plus a look at your shower chances on the 7-day. That's coming up. Good morning and welcome back to Mornings on Fox 11. A windy day for us on your Tuesday. Winds are going to pick up out there 15 to 25, gusting to 45 across much of the area today. And even the ridge tops of the Sierra higher than that, 70-mile-per-hour gusts possible up at those higher elevations. Otherwise, sun and clouds. We do have a possibility to see some dust, though, blowing around with these winds. 58 degrees in town, partly cloudy skies, 18-mile-per-hour winds already out of the south, and 26% humidity. Your temperatures now 40s and 50s, depending on your elevation. Not too far from 60 in a couple of spots, 57 in Dayton, 46 right now in Truckee. So as we go through the day, sun and clouds out there. Low pressure system not too far to our north and west. It's over Oregon, so that's allowing cloud cover, and also those winds will pick up as we go through the day. They're already picking up in some spots. They'll pick up more for us across the area. Some showers right now in Northern California. We're probably going to stay shower free for most of the area. The exceptions, a chance for showers in northeastern corner of the state and also the northwestern corner of the state. Most of us, though, are going to stay dry, but the winds are going to pick up out there thanks to that low pressure system. It kind of heads out over the Pacific as we head into tomorrow, and then it starts to get closer and closer to us. The winds ease just a little bit tomorrow, but then shower chances pick up for Thursday with this same low pressure system still coming through. Eastern side of the state, 20% chance for showers there. 15 to 25-mile-per-hour winds gusting to 35 miles per hour, gusting to 45 for western Nevada. Highs are in the 60s and 70s at the lower elevations. We're in the 50s around Lake Tahoe, and 40 degrees the high at 8,000 feet. So keep in mind a big drop in temperatures as you head up in elevation. Much bigger difference between the elevation temperatures than normal. We are looking at 60s and 70s in the lower elevations today, 66 in Herlong, and again, a windy afternoon for us. Sun and clouds for the day today. Most of us do not have much of a chance for showers, but you know, that northwestern, northeastern corner of the state, as I pointed out on the maps, that's about the exception. Windy today, cooler than yesterday. It's still cooler heading all the way through the rest of this work week. Breezy tomorrow, not quite as windy as today. Shower chances return Thursday and Friday, and then they ease up just slightly into Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of next week with temperatures just starting to recover by then. Bill, over to you.
Kind of an ugly week. Okay, thank you, Tim. 8:15 is the time here on your Tuesday. Let's toss it over to Samantha Boatman. She's going to save us some cash. She's got her Boatman's Bargains. Hi, Sam.
Good morning to you, Bill. Yeah, we have some great deals for you this morning over on Living Social. Today's deal of the day is from the Nevada Museum of Art, which we highlighted earlier in our show. You can get the perfect date night for only $40. There's nothing wrong with that. You can receive entry into the museum, a guided tour of the 8 galleries, and $40 to spend on dinner and drinks at Chez Louis. And after dinner, catch a rising star at the Silver Legacy for only $18. You'll get 2 tickets to the hilarious comedy show. And the deal of the day on Groupon.com. If you're looking for a new gym, why not try CrossFit Sierra Nevada? You can get 12 CrossFit classes as well as 6 personal training sessions for only $59, a deal valued at about $200. Or if you're looking to expand those culinary skills, Groupon is also offering Top Chef online classes for only $49. Some great deals to be had today on both those websites. If you know of a great deal around town, please share it on our Fox 11 Facebook page. Bill, over to you.
All righty, thank you, Sam. Well, coming up on Mornings on Fox 11, did you know the leading cause of death while riding a bicycle is not wearing a helmet? We're going to tell you the best and worst protection for your noggin coming up in our Consumer Reports.
I'ma make it big, I'ma make it big for you.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's a live look at 80 at Vista Boulevard on your Tuesday. 58 degrees. Things are warming up, but ooh, get ready for a mix-up for the rest of your work week.
90% of the bicyclists killed in the past 2 decades were not wearing a helmet. 90% of them. No question, a bike helmet, of course, can be a real lifesaver.
Yeah, we tested 23 helmets and found good choices for both adults and children.
Joseph Cologne never rides a bike without a helmet, especially since a serious accident 2 years ago.
Broke my collarbone, punctured my lung. I'm very thankful I had that helmet. Otherwise, I'm sure the injuries would have been far more severe. Brain damage, anything.
Consumer Reports crash test helmets to see how well they will protect you in an accident. A sensor detects how much force would be transmitted to the rider's head in a crash. A second Consumer Reports test checks the strength of the chin strap. One helmet, the Canon Deltoramo, didn't pass and may pose a safety risk because it could come off in an accident. In 4 of the 5 samples tested, the buckle snapped or broke into pieces.
The company says it stands behind its independent third-party test results, but we don't recommend buying the Cannondale Taramo.
However, Consumer Reports did find several good choices. Top rated, the Scott Arcs Plus for $150.
It scored excellent in impact resistance and fit adjustments. It was very good in ventilation, and it's also a lightweight helmet.
And Consumer Reports found several other Best Buys that cost far less, including the Laser Cyclone for $45 and the Schwinn Merch for just $12. Consumer Reports also tested children's helmets and top-rated Bontrager Solstice Youth for $40.
Now, Consumer Reports says be careful how you handle your helmet. Don't just toss it into the trunk of your car because heat can actually affect performance, and you don't want to get even minor dents into the lining, which is what absorbs the impact.
All right, a lot of things we may not know about helmets and how important they are. Well, we're trying to get Samantha's dog over on the couch.
Yeah, but she's here right next to me. Go ahead.
Get over there. Let's
Listen
get a
up,
picture
dog
of her.
lovers.
This
coming
is
up
Autumn.
next. Yes, if we can get her over there.
You know what
She'll
you
go
can
over
do?
there
You
if I
can
do.
get a jib shot for us, Alex.
Yeah. Well, we're going to tell you guys about a
I'm
howling good
allergic, dude.
time that you can do with your dog coming up in just a couple minutes.
Princess, it's a love story.
Check, 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 check. They have the boom mic.
And welcome back, everyone. This is Autumn. We finally got her to cooperate on the couch. We got her with some treats here. We're joined now with the general manager of Cumulus Media, Jennifer Odom, and Jay Shell here to talk about Jog with Your Dog. It's an exciting 5K and Pet Expo going on this weekend. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, so tell us about this awesome 5K and Pet Expo.
So Jog with Your Dog is a 5K and Pet Expo, obviously. It's at Rancho San Rafael Park. It's this Sunday. It starts at 9 o'clock. The run starts at 9:30, and the fun lasts all day long.
So I know that I have a husband who really isn't the greatest runner, and she really doesn't like running either, but can people sign up and still maybe walk it if they want to?
Oh, absolutely. It's a total fun run. It is a chip time race, so for you aggressive runners like you, it is your name and lights when you cross the finish line, but anyone can do it. Walk, run, jog, whatever your style is that day.
Awesome, and I understand that there's kind of a beauty and leash pageant going on too. Tell us about that.
Yep, we got the red carpet rolled out on the stage, so we'll have the animals, their best trick, their best outfit, their best
love it.
Song, whatever they want to do.
I wonder if we can get you in that, huh? And are there any special demonstrations or any other activities planned for the family and pets?
Yeah, we have the Washoe County Sheriff's Canine Unit coming out. They're doing an hour-long presentation. That's going to be awesome. We have a vaccination clinic from Palomino Valley Pet Rescue coming out. That'll be from 10:30 until 1 o'clock.
Perfect. And where can people go if they want to sign up for the 5K and learn more about it?
They can go to kbul.com. They can go to our Facebook page, which is Jog with Your Dog Reno.
You can't beat her Cheetos, Bill.
We brought her treats, too.
Yeah, and everyone that signs up, they get one of these little swag bags, if you will, right?
One from Scraps and one from Natural Paws. It's filled with all kinds of good stuff. You know, look at that from Blue, and there's treats. So, yep.
I love it. So again, just for the times and details and everything, if we can get the full page up there, she's trying to eat this Cheeto. Bill, I'm going to kill you. Here's all the information you need to know. It's happening this Sunday, and I'm going to get with Tim Studebaker to make sure that we have fantastic weather for it.
Awesome.
All right, thank you guys so much. We'll have all this information posted up on our website, foxreno.com. And this is Autumn, by the way. Thank you guys so much. We'll be right back.
You can steal my mind, twist it for a while.
Police need your help this morning into the investigation of a Reno man who is behind bars after he says that he sexually assaulted a female family member over the course of several years. 39-year-old Marcos Montoya was arrested Friday on several counts of sexual assault and lewdness with a child under 14 years old. And he was arrested after detectives were called to a home in South Reno on a report of a possible sexual assault of a girl. Montoya is being held at the Washoe County Jail with no bail. Reno police are asking for anyone who may have also been a victim of Montoya to contact Secret Witness at number 322-4900. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us now with a look at our forecast. Hi, Tim.
Well, good morning to you. Sun and clouds out there for the day today. Shower chances pretty much limited to the far northern border of Nevada, especially over on the northeastern corner of the state and the northwestern corner of the state. Even though we're going to stay dry, though, we do have low pressure in the area. That means some wind out there for the day today. 18 miles per hour right now in Reno, 21 miles per hour instead, 20 in Minden and Gardnerville, and 20 miles per hour in Truckee. Those are the sustained wind speeds. We do also have some gusts to talk about. 29 in Minden and Gardnerville, 29 miles per hour in Truckee, 20 in South Lake Tahoe. Temperatures mild to start the day. Not a terribly warm day, but we will be seeing the 60s and 70s across parts of the area. Windy today, breezy tomorrow.
Water, blanket, toy, paper and pen, maybe some pictures. So today I'm going to
Have you ever tried to sell your old stuff but left with less money than you thought you should have gotten? We're going to explain how it all works coming up.
And after so many no's, a yes was finally heard, but the fight isn't over. We'll bring you the latest on the Uber bill.
And some elementary school students are learning firsthand what to do in case of an emergency, why volunteers at the Red Cross say it is so important for everyone to always be prepared.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
And hey, good morning, 8:32 now on your Tuesday morning, and a great story coming up that you did. When it comes to selling your stuff, it's that time where you kind of transition from your winter to spring, summer clothes, and you want to get rid of some old stuff, get some new stuff, and why not get some cash for the old stuff?
That's right, make a little bit of money. But anybody who's ever tried to sell clothing before, especially the kids' clothing, a lot of people have that sentimental feeling for, oh, they wore this for that or this for that. You go, you take it in, you try to sell it, and they're like, oh, you only get this much. And inevitably, you always hear that person like, what? What happened? So we take you behind the scenes, take a look at what, at least one store in particular. There's a lot of different stores who buy around here, but we went to one, Once Upon a Child, took a look at what they buy, why they buy it, and some surprising things that they buy that you may have never thought bring in to get a little extra cash for. And I made some good
Sometimes
money.
I'm surprised when I take stuff and I'm like, oh, they're for sure going to take this and that. And they go, no, we don't want that. And it's kind of like, Why?
Yeah, what's the reason?
Yeah.
And some tips too on better ways to sell it so that you do get more money for what you bring in.
I prefer to donate.
You know what?
Just want to make you guys feel bad. No, but the Goodwill, they also take your old merchandise.
So, and the other part of this too is that Mr. Man over here is that what you don't sell, you can donate, and it's for an amazing cause. A group here locally really benefits from Once Upon a Child, the clothing that you don't sell. So, Scrooge over here, I did donate as well.
Yeah.
Good. Well, we're excited to see the story and how much money you were able to
Sorry,
get.
not all of us can be as rich as you.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, right.
Sorry.
Okay, moving on.
All
moving
right.
on. Real quickly, we want to talk about why we're all wearing turquoise, though, too.
Yeah, we're wearing it to raise awareness for the prevention of lung cancer. It's a startling thing. Lung cancer is the #1 cancer killer of women.
Everybody would
more
think,
people
I
die
think,
of that than breast cancer.
yeah, breast cancer would be the one that first comes to mind when you think of cancer deaths with women. But no, lung cancer actually kills more women than breast cancer. So, wow. Get out your turquoise today and wear that in support of lung cancer awareness. Lungforce.org for more information is the place you need to go.
Yeah, let's get to your news this half hour, though. Let's talk about Uber. After a no vote on Friday, the effort to get Uber approved in Nevada is back on, with the bill now headed to the state assembly for a vote. A revised version of the bill was passed by the Senate yesterday. The bill would create regulations for transportation network companies that allow people to get a ride using a smartphone. Now, all Democrats voted in favor of the bill except for Senator Mark Menendo. The bill now goes back to the assembly for a vote. No word yet on when that will happen.
Nevada lawmakers are also reviewing a proposal to create a felony-level offense for multiple graffiti convictions. The bill would require anyone with 2 or more convictions, including at least one that's a felony, to be automatically charged with a Class C felony. That charge carries a penalty of 1 to 5 years in prison. Supporters say that the measure would help combat the cost of graffiti repair, but opponents say it would create too strict of a punishment for a nonviolent crime. The measure has passed through the assembly.
And a Nevada Assemblywoman says she'll continue fighting for a law to allow concealed weapons onto college campuses. Michelle Fiore says she'll continue to lead the charge for the so-called campus carry bill, even if it doesn't get a hearing by Friday's deadline. The measure would also allow permit holders to store firearms in locked cars. The Assembly passed the bill back in April, but it hasn't been scheduled for a Senate hearing just yet.
Well, Nevada senators are reviving a bill that would dump Nevada's caucus system and replace it with the primary to choose presidential nominees. The selection process would turn into a regular election among all voters. Republicans are backing the measure. Senators voted yesterday to amend the bill to allow Democrats the choice to keep their caucus. Caucus opponents say that the process gives an edge to an otherwise marginal candidate whose supporters can actually take over the gatherings. The current system is believed to favor U.S. Senator Rand Paul.
And elementary school students in Sparks are learning firsthand what to do in case of an emergency, all thanks to some local volunteers. The American Red Cross visited Sepulveda Elementary yesterday to teach kids the Pillowcase Project. They focus on how to stay calm and also develop a plan in case of an emergency. Red Cross officials say it's especially important in northern Nevada because of all the risk of natural disasters.
Well, we live in a disaster-prone area. Northern Nevada experiences earthquake and fire and flood, and we know that it's just a matter of time until something happens. What we really want children to do is to be prepared so that they feel more confident about their skills in reacting if an emergency should strike.
Always good to be prepared. Marsh says these pillowcase programs are free. If you would like to find more out about them, just dial that number there on your screen.
Well, happening now, the United Federal Credit Union branches in Nevada are collecting diapers this month for the Women and Children's Center of the Sierra. Donations are being accepted at the credit union's 5 locations across Reno and Sparks. They're asking for all sizes of disposable diapers. You can drop off donations weekdays between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. and it's going on until May 22nd.
Yeah, and here's some exciting news. Tesla is now hiring for the Gigafactory being built just east of Reno. The company has posted about 30 job openings for the $5 billion lithium-ion battery plant. The openings range from technical positions such as engineers and technicians to work involving supply chain development and facility management. Now, according to the RGJ, the company already has hired 12 employees for the Gigafactory, and they did that earlier this year. Melissa?
Coming up on Mornings on Fox 11, do you remember your senior prank? Well, there's 4 seniors out of Ohio. They're going to remember it forever because they've got some potential jail time ahead of them, not us. More details on that.
So I've decided here in the state of Wyoming, it's just going to skip summer and go right back to fall. I can't hear you. I think if your mic off, something's off there.
Yeah, my mic is off. I just realized it. Just said something. Yeah. We had that one day of snow. I didn't stick on. It's still cool, but you know.
Yeah, we just
probably will give us a dump of hail or snow whenever it likes.
Yeah. Well, see, yesterday was nice, but we're right back to cloudy, windy, and cold again.
Windy and cold. Yeah, I don't like that combination. It makes it worse, right? I mean, wind chill and stuff.
So I just sent Melissa something which I think is absolutely amazing. A woman wants a sonogram of her baby. Mm-hmm. When they're done showing her the picture, they then hand her a 3D printed model. So she can hold it.
Really? Oh, wow.
Wow, I never would have thought of that.
That's quite something. That's quite something. Yeah. I guess the technology, it's getting there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen those 3D scanner, handheld 3D scanner? You can put dots on the object that you want to. Well, actually, I think they do away with the dots in some case. You just aim at the object, look at it, and then it creates a 3D model for you, and then you can replicate it. That is.
There was also, if you look on YouTube, you'll find it. Microsoft is coming out now with a visor you put on, and when you walk around your house, there's holograms in your house. You want a TV on that wall? Tell it to put a TV over there. You want a fishbowl over here? Tell it to put a fishbowl there. You want a calendar? It'll put a calendar in it. And these objects can follow you around too, as long as you have the visor.
Welcome back. Returning to what's trending over on our Facebook page this morning. 4 Ohio school students high school students face up to 6 months in prison for a senior prank. Do you remember yours? Well, the authorities say basically just went too far. Officials say that the 4 teens deflated the tires of 24 school buses used by the Northwestern Local School District in Springfield. They did so by removing the valve stems, forcing the school district to cancel all classes for the entire day. And according to WHIO News, the 4 students have been charged with felony vandalism and disrupting public service. Officials estimate the cost for taxpayers is going to cost them thousands of dollars to replace the tires. Asking all of you on Google+, what do you think about it? Do you think the prank went too far? Do you think that the punishment is going too far? We're talking about felonies, which is going to be on their records. Starting off first with Kempton. Kempton, did it go too far, or it's a senior prank and that's kind of just the way it goes?
Yeah, it seems like it went pretty far in this case. Forcing the whole school to cancel and thousands of dollars to replace those tires. Seems like the damage is big enough. But giving them records and damaging the career for life, that may be too much. Hopefully, first of all, they will repay their parents, will repay those expenses, and then give them community service or something. There's no point throwing them in jail or scarring their career for life.
Yeah, maybe they could do a plea deal where if you pay for the damages, then we'll take it off of your record. Maybe it's something they're considering. We don't know. Glenn, I don't know much about tires, but it actually removing the stem to deflate the tires, can't you just push down the little thing on the inside and deflate the tires that way? I mean, did they just take it a step too far? They didn't slash them, right, which is what some people are saying. But is this kind of the same thing?
Yeah, removing the stem can actually do permanent damage to the tire. I know that much. One rule when it comes to pranking somebody: the person that you're pranking should laugh at the prank when they realize what's happening to them. In this case, nobody's laughing, so it's a bad prank. Now, I have to agree with Kempton on this. Throwing them in jail, we're throwing everybody in jail over every little thing, and our jails are overcrowded. So here's an idea. Make them pay for the tires, however they can come up with the money, preferably working for them. Then make them put all those tires back on. Take off the damaged tires, put all the ones back on, so they realize the damage that they actually did. Now, that is rehabilitating those kids, and I guarantee you they'll never do something like that again.
I love that. Throw a little manual labor in there as well. Not a bad idea. Tony, what do we have on Facebook?
Diane writes in and says, definitely jail time and restitution for the money the school lost. But Leslie says, I think it's funny. Make them pay for the repairs. Jail time? Heck no.
We'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. That is where the conversation continues. And we'd love to have you live on air via Google+. All you have to do is have a Gmail account. That means you have Google+. Circle me, Melissa Carlson. Let me know you're interested. Come on in live on Mornings on Fox 11. All right, that's a look at what's trending. Sam, over to you.
All right, Melissa, thank you. We'll still come here on Mornings
Okay,
on
what
Fox
you
11.
suggest is
Out
cool.
with the old
It's
and in
like
with the new.
it's kind of similar to our Native Indians form of justice. It's restitution, like you pay back to whoever you hurt or whatever, and try to help them